Hi, Stephen. I wanted to ask you a few questions about coming to innovative therapy. So what brought you to innovative therapy to start with?
Um, Primarily, the first time I used innovative therapy was almost 3 years ago. I had a compression fracture of my left tibia plateau and spent 12 weeks laying on my back while that healed. And when the doctor said, now you can bear weight, I had seen a local physical therapist. I live in Idaho. Innovative is clear to Texas. However, the therapist in Idaho was just a Neanderthal. He would leave me in so much pain. And after 19 visits, and I was still on crutches, he just said, oh, you're out of insurance, but you'll be okay, and put me out the door. And so I contacted Innovative Therapy because I'd heard of them, and I just paid cash. And Mary started using her, what she calls her BODi Power System, but she works one half your body to encourage the other half to work right. And as I recall, in about 4 visits, I was done with the crutches, and I could actually walk without creating back pain by just such dysfunctional walking.
Awesome. And so what value did you see in some people have a question like, is doing therapy online going to be as valuable as doing physical therapy in person? How would you rate that value as doing therapy? Because we worked on Zoom
We did everything over Zoom. Everything was over Zoom. To be honest, it was awesome because in person, he basically would just put a hot pack on and then twist my leg till I was literally feeling like I was going to throw up, and then put an ice pack on. Where Mary watched my movements and then decided on what she would coach me to do, and then coach me to pay attention to how I felt my body moving. And by just learning to think with my body, I was able to I had moves that she asked me to do that I could not even do at all when we first would start a session. And I would have significant improvements by the time we were done. But I could watch her, I could listen to her, she would show me what to do, and I could just follow. But I did not have, I'd be sweating hard by the time we were done with the session, but I wouldn't be in pain. I would just be like a good workout, and you feel a little bit of soreness, but I wouldn't be that I'm going to throw up pain. And it did not create the swelling problems that made it so I could hardly move my knee. And then I would walk. I couldn't walk after the other guy worked on me. I had to use crutches still. And the doctor said I needed to get rid of the crutches because it didn't make sense when the bones were healed. But my muscles were not working together. And Mary did a full body system and was looking at me as a whole person instead of just jerking my knee back till I couldn't function. And with Mary's coaching, my final appointment with that orthopede, he's like, dang, you've got better mobility now than people I work on your age, because I'm over 60, who haven't broken a bone. They've just sprained something. And yeah. I was literally, I was on my back for 12 weeks that time. and you could measure how much I had lost in diameter of my thigh and calf muscles. I had, my left to right was way out of balance.
And so as you began to gain this awareness you're talking about, where you began to be aware of what your body was kind of thinking and feeling, like, and then responding as you were being coached to respond to these feelings and these experiences that your body was sharing with you, as you began to learn how to connect into your body, what was that like for you?
It was actually a totally new experience. I mean, I did cross country, I did wrestling, I had 14 years in the Army, and I had never thought, I'd never paid attention to what was happening in my body. I just would do stuff. And I had never been in tune with thinking about, what am I feeling when I'm moving? How do I feel? How tight is it? When I do this movement, is it painful? Is it easy? Is it tight? I've never thought about that. And even when I was working with the other therapist, he never asked me anything other than, are you still conscious? Because he would just pull on my leg and twist on my knee to try and get more mobility. But it didn't help my total body mobility at all, because the rest of my body was, I think, rejecting the amount of pain I was feeling in the knee. Where
Right.
when I was with
You
Mary,
tune into it, and you began to respond to your body's messages, then what happened for you then?
oh, then I was actually able to feel the difference between it when I would do movements that you had me do on my left or my right side. And I could get to the point where I could feel and sense what was wrong on one side or the other, when I would, or what wasn't working as well. So that then you could coach me on what exercises to choose to focus on to try and get my whole body balanced together so it would work. In fact, and I work in public health. I'm not supposed to wear my logo shirt, but I am.
I can't really see it, but
okay, good. I work in public health. I'm an accountant, but I work with a lot of nurses, and people actually were commenting that the way I was walking was going to create severe muscle pain in my back. And so I went back to using the crutches again, because I couldn't walk without the crutches.
well, that was before you found innovative.
That was before I was working with you. After I started working with you, within 4 weeks, I could walk well enough that people at the office were like, wow, what happened? That's amazing. You're walking now. And I really think that the speed of change was accelerated because I could pay attention and feel how my body was working together. And I think as my mind was consciously thinking, then my unconscious mind worked. Then my body could just move instead of being constipated motion.
That's the whole principle behind BODi Power System, because you don't think about every step you take. If you need to get to your car, you just think, I got to get to my car, and you get there. And so when you beg somebody and say, well, you got to put heel toe and you got to walk like this and you got to move like that, you don't think about that in real life. And so it doesn't stick, it doesn't stay in the body. But when you just connect the brain to the body through questions and through experiences, then the brain goes, oh, dude, I can do this. And that's the premise
Which-
behind a lot of the BODi Power System, is to get the brain to connect with the body in a healthy, foundational way, like you're a little kid and you're in the park playing and doing all that fun stuff.
Which is why I think the other therapist in 5 weeks made no progress. And in about 4 weeks, I could walk working with you. And when you talk about value, the insurance company was paying him $93 a visit. And I don't know if you want this out there or not, but I was paying you $300 a month for basically 4 sessions. And in 4 sessions, you got more done for the dollar by far. And it was worth paying for it out of my own pocket versus not getting anywhere. So that's why this time, when I just recently broke my ankle, and yeah, I was on oxygen from COVID, just a lot of other issues, and I fell down the stairs. But when I broke my ankle, and the therapist wanted to send me back, or the orthopede wanted me to send me back to the therapist here in Idaho Falls, and I said, no way, dude, I will never go see that person again. I'm going back to Innovative. And so we started this time using the insurance's dollar. And even with on Zoom, which insurance didn't used to want to pay for Zoom, now they are. And I'm making way better progress. And we're discovering places where I could have made more progress with my knee injury, but I stopped because I could walk without crutches. But there's a lot more past just walking without crutches.
Yes, there is.
Because now I've got, now I have 15 grandkids and they're all young, and I want to do stuff other than just barely walk.
Well, and get up and down from the floor and be able to take them on hikes, because I know that you've been an avid hiker your whole life. And
that's true.
Being able to do all of those activities with them and share those experiences with them, so that you can, they're like, hey, grandpa's an important guy in my life. And he's taught me important things with our activities and interactions.
Actually,
Okay.
that is one of my goals, is to be able to go hiking again this summer.
I just really believe that's going to happen within the next couple of weeks. So thanks for your feedback, and thanks for your sharing all of this information. I appreciate it. Have
Thank
a
you.
great weekend.
Actually.